It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Storms are coming in. Big-ass storms are flying in. And they're getting here soon. They're going to get here tomorrow. Late tomorrow will be the big one. I'm looking outside right now. It's really cloudy in the San Fernando Valley. Bellio, for some reason, I'm not sure if she's on edibles or if she's drinking her wine, her box wine. But she said we can see the northern lights if you look outside. And I said, those lights are coming from Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah.
Those are Wiener Schnitzel's lights. Those aren't the northern lights.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything about them being down this far.
Yeah, I haven't either. And she said, no, you look at the clouds. They're right behind the clouds. Like,
They're right behind the clouds.
I don't know.
Can't you see through the clouds?
Yeah.
Are you talking about me?
No.
A little bit. But the northern lights in Oregon, Washington, Colorado, they're spectacular.
22 states.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Have you ever seen them in when you used to live in Colorado?
I've never, ever seen them.
Something's going on with the planet. And I don't know what it is. You know, I'm not an expert on the planet. But I think, and you can probably look this up. I think we're going into another ice age. I think we're going to get dramatically cooler or colder.
Are we going to double dip and have two at the same time, or when we come out of one, we're going immediately into another?
Well, okay. Currently, because you're smart, Crozier. We are currently in an ice age.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think we'll ever make it out of that ice age. I think we're going to go back into it in a big, heavy way.
Ah.
And so, I think that I think we need more gas-powered cars to prevent that, and more airplanes. And more people, throwing trash in the streets and burning fires in the backyard. We need to save this planet with heat because we're going into an ice age. So everybody's got to do their job. Oh, the emails are started already? Wow, it's quick. But there's an article out there, and let me pull it up here, and it says here it is. It's right here on my internet, so it's got to be true. Climate scientists. Controversial claim that the Gulf Stream could be near collapse, predicting a new ice age. Angel Martinez, I know you went to school and you're not a big global warmer kid, but listen to this, Angel.
Okay.
A key Atlantic current could be pushed to the brink of collapse within decades, supposedly ushering a new ice age in, dramatically raising sea levels, according to climate scientists. And then I read another report coming from another scientist that said if we do go into this radical ice age, that the ocean levels are going to drop because the last ice age we were in, the ocean levels were 400 feet lower than what they are right now. Wow. In the last ice age, you could have walked from Long Beach to Catalina with no problem. They were 400 feet lower than what they are right now. And so we're heading towards an ice age, and I blame people like Angel Martinez and Mark Thompson who got into these electric or hybrid cars because you guys went with the batteries. You weren't producing enough heat on your car, and you're throwing us into an ice age.
Oh, come on. You got to settle down on that because I do have, I emit
I know. I know you try to burn, you burn your trash in your backyard and, get out there and just turn your oven on when you're not baking. But you're not doing enough. Not doing enough. But this current, that may evaporate, which includes the Gulf Stream that runs from the Gulf of Mexico, or as Bellio calls it, the Gulf of America, and the U.S. East Coast across the Atlantic to Europe, helps maintain the mild climate in Europe, UK, and the East Coast of the United States. Well, this study stated that the source of this marine temperature regulator, it's called the Greenland ice sheet, is being thwarted amid warming temperatures causing meltdown runoff, and that is going to cause global cooling. We're going into another ice age, whether you like it or not. Now, the good news for everybody listening right now, it will happen hundreds of years after you are all dead. It's not happening for another 500 to 1,500 years. But our great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren will be affected. Between 500 and 1,500 years. We won't be around, but it's going to affect our generation of great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren. Big dog. All right, before we get back into this debate, Angel Martinez, people want to know, I got a text here, real Christmas tree or fake? We went with Crozier's, goes with the real one. He's debating on the fake one. Do you go authentic, real Christmas tree or fake?
I love the smell of a real one, but I hate cleaning it up. So I go the big F.
Really?
Fake. Yes.
You give the big F?
Yep, I sure do.
Okay. All right. You don't have to round. All right. The big fake tree. Where'd you get it? Is it a nice one? You spent $8 on it?
No, it's a nice one. My mom actually ordered it.
Where do you keep it?
In a box in the garage.
Oh, Bubba. All right.
Am I supposed to leave it up all year?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with you. What about Bellio? Are you with us, Bellio? Sharon Bellio?
I am, sir.
Are you at the weather desk?
No, I'm at the gift bag desk. Still tracking that.
Right.
I have some calls out.
Real Christmas tree or fake?
I know this seems like a cop-out. I do both. Because I get the big one is real because it smells so beautiful and it's fun to go get it. But then I have some fake pencil trees that I put up and then a small one in the bedroom.
Okay, but the principal tree, the big one
it's real.
Is real. Oh, it's good real. For you. Okay. But wasn't that maybe I should just ask it a question, not direct the witness here. But was that a tradition in your house to take the whole family, go out to 3 or 4 lots?
When when I was smaller, yes.
That was a big deal in our house.
I loved that. And you'd get hot chocolate and make it a whole thing.
We had when I was growing up, we lived on Magnolia and Balboa, which is north of Ventura Boulevard. When you have 6 kids, you can't live south. First of all, the prices were a little high. And if you live in the hills with 6 kids, you're just in the car all day long. So we grew up in the Valley Flats. I'm a Valley bumpkin from the Valley Flats. And my dad went out and bought a huge Christmas tree. We had a foyer in our house. It was probably, 17 feet tall. And he bought one of those comedy trees that was 20 feet tall and brought it home. It was delivered. We put it up and it didn't fit in the house. So he asked the neighbor whose brother was a tree surgeon, said, hey, can you, cut this tree down by 5 feet so we can bring it in the house? He goes, yeah, sure, no problem. So we went off to midnight mass. We came back and he did cut 5 feet off that tree off the top. 5 feet off the top of that tree. My dad just assumed they didn't have to tell that guy to please cut it off the bottom. So we literally had almost a square tree one year. And my dad had a great solution. He took the top, the 5 feet that he cut off, and put it on the roof. So it looked like that tree went from the first floor to the second floor and all the way through the roof. It was beautiful, but a wild Christmas. That's the Christmas where my Uncle Tommy, during our Christmas party, fell into the tree and nobody helped him out. And he spent 3 hours sleeping, drunk, in the Christmas tree around the gifts. That is a true story. All right, we're live on KFI AM 640. We're keeping an eye on the weather. Any of these rain reports tonight will be brought to you by Roof Buddy. 866-95-BUDDY or roofbuddy.com. It's Conway.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
It is the Conway Show. We're keeping an eye on the storms. Any updates on when, where, and how much, you'll have it right here on KFI. We do have a vote, ladies and gentlemen, in Congress when it comes to the government shutdown. So this happened moments ago. 222 was the latest vote that I saw. And so that's plenty of votes to open this sucker back up. Let's find out what's going on with the shutdown.
Take you to breaking news right now out of Washington, D.C. The House, as you see, is voting now on the legislation to reopen the government. Now, according to the rules, it will take a simple majority, which is currently 217.
Okay, they're at 222, so we open them up. Open it up.
That is if all 433 members are present. Now, from what we understand, 2 members did not vote at all during the earlier vote. Again, the majority is 216 members. Again, we're looking at this now. It looks as if the yeas have it totally, at least for now, at 222.
Yes, 222. Deuce is wild, as Vince Scully used to say. Deuce is wild. So money is coming again. If you work for the government, it is paycheck time, and you're going to get a big, fat deposit, a direct deposit right into your account. And you are going to be in the money. In the money. Oh, you're going to love it. Pop that open, maybe 10, 15 grand stuck right into that account. And you know what you can do with it? Oh, yeah, you can come to a Pastathon and share some of that with people who don't have food. We are going to give away $1,000 as well. So here's how you can win $1,000. And then we're going to come back and talk more about the big Friday broadcast. It'll happen a week from this Friday. But first, here's how you can win $1,000.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bills. That's Bills, BILLS. Enter it now at KFIAM640.com/cash. Powered by Sweet James Accident Attorneys. If you're hurt in an accident, winning is everything. Call the winning attorneys at Sweet James. 1-800-9-MILLION. That's 1-800-9-MILLION or sweetjames.com. Go
to the website, KFIAM640.com/cash, and you could win $1,000. The keyword is Bills, BILLS. Bills. We're going to be in Yorba Linda Friday, November 21st. That's a week from this Friday, 4 to 8 p.m. Live broadcast. And we have 20 chairs that are going to be right down in front, 20 seats. Bellio, should we give those away reservation style? Should we have people call up and reserve those seats?
Oh, I kind of like that.
Okay. All right. So if you phone us up right now, you can reserve one of those seats. We can only give away.
You mean right now?
Yeah, right now. You can only reserve 2. We can't say, hey, party of 10, you get 10 of them. That's not fair. So the first 10 callers are going to get 2 seats each right up front. 1-800-520-1534. 1-800-520-1534. 1534. And the first 10 callers, and we'll Billy, if you can snag their names, we'll announce their names on the air as well. And they are getting VIP seats. And people are going to sit right down in front. And they're going to be, their names will be on their seats. You'll be treated like royalty. Yeah. So it's Yorba Linda, 21500, 21500 Yorba Linda Boulevard. It's right off the 91 freeway. We'll broadcast live from Smart and Final, taking donations in-store for the KFI Pastathon. And then we'll be there from 4 to 8 p.m. Food samples, giveaways, special gift bags for the first 250 people that show up. 250 people. Good God. I hope it doesn't rain. 9 people show up.
Oh, yeah.
That's horrible. All right. All the phones are already lit up. People are calling for free seats. Brandy's one of them. Hussein is another one. Ron, Ed, Jennifer, and a guy named Wireless. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's calling one. But that's going to be a great day. It's going to be a week from Friday. And the first 10 callers right now get 2 reserved seats right up front. So you can get there late. Your name will be on your seat, and you'll be better than everybody else. A little bit. Right? A little bit. All right, let's talk about, when we come back, talk about Starbucks. Starbucks is always big in the news around the holidays. They do the Holiday Cup. The Starbucks customers are always battling each other to try to get, to snag the first cup that comes out, the first red cup. What will it look like this year? We got all that information coming back. We're live on KFI, still waiting for this rain, but we're going to have rain Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And all the rain is going to be, hopefully, it'll be dispersed throughout the weekend where it's not one big, heavy-ass rainfall that wipes people out. Hopefully, the ground will be able to absorb a lot of it, and we won't get radical mudslides. But you've got to be careful. You've got to be aware that this storm is coming in, and it's much bigger than they initially thought. Friday of last week, when we first told you about the rainstorm, we said it was going to be a little bit Thursday and a little bit Friday. Okay, that's changed. Now it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We have 6 straight days of rain coming in, with Friday and Saturday as the 2 heavy days. Friday night, Saturday night, lots of rain. So please keep it on KFI in this, until Tuesday. Then maybe you can listen to some music. But you'll need to keep it on KFI throughout the weekend to get the latest on the rain. And these rain reports brought to you by Roof Buddy. Call 866-95-BUDDY or roofbuddy.com.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Rain, if there's any more updates, we'll have that for you. But heavy rain coming in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then lighter rain Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But it could be 1.5 inches, 2 inches per day on Friday and Saturday. And that's something you're going to have to prepare for, especially if you're in the burn scar area of the Eaton fire or the Palisades Malibu fire. Got to be aware and keep it on KFI, because if there are evacuation orders, you're going to want to know those immediately to keep your family safe. It could literally save your family listening to KFI this weekend. That's a big deal. All right, California plans to revoke 17,000 commercial driver's licenses given to immigrants after the Trump administration raised concerns about people in the country illegally receiving licenses to drive a semi-truck or a bus in California. But Governor Gavin Newsom said that is not the reason. Newsom said the licenses were taken away for violations of state law, but he didn't provide any specifics. The Democratic governor's office said the unspecified violations were of state laws and that were in place way before the Republican Trump administration recently tightened rules following the nationwide commercial driver's license audit that was launched after a driver in the country illegally made a U-turn and caused a crash in Florida that killed 3 people. Fatal truck crashes in Texas and Alabama earlier this year also highlighted the questions surrounding these licenses. A fiery California crash that we all remember involving an illegal immigrant truck driver last month killed 3 people. 3 people. And that only added to the concerns. California state transportation officials didn't immediately respond to questions seeking more details about why these licenses were being revoked. But U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said Wednesday that California's action was to revoke these licenses in an admission that the state had acted improperly, even though the state had previously defended its licensing standards. So you may remember that the government, the Trump administration, had either held or clawed back $40 million in federal funding because he said that California isn't enforcing English language requirement for truck drivers. Trump administration also promised to take away another $160 million from the state over these improperly issued licenses. So if you're a truck driver and you are here legally, you speak English, this could be a huge payday. This week, this month, and early next year, there's going to be 17,000 less truck drivers and bus drivers that have licenses in the state of California. So if you're all set, you got your license, you got your insurance, you did it the legal way, you could be in the catbird seat and make yourself some money, because there is going to be a truck driver and a bus driver shortage. You can't take 17,000 of these trucks and take their licenses away without a tremendous shortage. All right, Starbucks around this time of year is always in the news. What's the cup going to be? What's the fight going to be? Is it going to be a collector's item? Let's find out.
Starting today, Starbucks is celebrating the holiday season, unveiling its festive annual seasonal cups, along with special holiday drinks and food. Some familiar favorites returning. My personal favorite, the peppermint mocha. You also got the iced gingerbread chai and the snowman cookie. This year's designs are inspired by the famous green and red aprons worn by baristas, featuring festive ribbons and the famous plaid patterns. Remember the days, though, when people would camp out to see a movie or a Black Friday sale?
Yeah.
Well, in November of 2020...
Crazies do that.
Well, in November of 2025, it's for a 20-ounce barista cup at Starbucks.
We made it. We are number 1 at this location. location.
These people are sleeping on the streets to get a Starbucks cup. Where are you in life where you're doing that? And where are you where you have friends joining you? Who has the time and who wants to get sick doing that? It's really stressing out your body to sleep on the streets waiting for a Starbucks cup.
There's our chairs. There's nobody here.
Did they get it?
Yeah, because it's probably like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Nobody there, but other Starbucks around the country, people were lining up, were camping out, were sleeping outside to get their hands on this bear. Not everyone got lucky, though.
Okay, so we got to Starbucks at 5:30 this morning.
You would think getting to Starbucks at 5:30, you'd be the first in line, you get a cup, and you go home and get some rest. Not so fast.
To see if we could get the Barista cup, and then we called 2 other locations around us because this one had only 1 cup and they were sold out at 5:01 this morning. And the other 2 locations didn't get any, and then the other one only got 2 cups. I mean, you're talking 1 cup, 2 cups, and no cups.
How about the husband that has to field that call, right? From his wife and his wife's daughter or his daughter, and having to listen to that conversation about how they almost got one. They went to another location. They were sold out, and we slept out there all night. We got skunked. We didn't get a cup. And he can't believe that he's related to these people.
People are saying something sounds fishy about locations only getting 1 or 2 cups to put out on the shelves. I think we need an investigative reporter. I volunteer as tribute. Someone needs to get to the bottom of this to find out where are these bear necessities. Well, I'll tell you, some people who did get lucky and grab their Barista are reselling them on sites like eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Take a look. You've got Facebook Marketplace right now, $123. Okay. And then you have eBay, 1 Barista cup for $350.
God almighty. What happened to us as a country? What happened? Where we stand out and sleep overnight to get a Barista cup or a tote bag from Trader Joe's.
For $350. That is more than 10 times the retail price.
Literally in this economy.
In this economy, this is like the contrast right now when we're talking about a government shutdown and SNAP benefits.
Yes. Right.
And then we're talking about reselling a 20-ounce glass
and
bear.
expecting to get $350 for a glass bear.
For a glass bear.
For a glass bear.
Down and SNAP. Down and SNAP benefits.
Yes. Right.
For a glass bear cup.
The crazy thing is, probably somebody will pay it.
Oh, you know someone's going to pay that.
Who's going to buy that for $350?
For $350.
It's crazy.
Yeah, your listeners and your viewers. That's who's doing it. All right, the rain is coming. The rain is coming. It is going to be here tomorrow. Friday and Saturday are the heavy rain days. Friday afternoon, Friday night, all day Saturday into Saturday night. So you got to keep it on KFI. When we are talking about weather and we're talking about rain, it is being brought to you by roofbuddy.com, 866-95-BUDDY. Call Levi. If your roof is leaking, you need to call that number immediately. 866-95-BUDDY. It's Conway Show.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Starting sometime tomorrow and then all day, Friday, Saturday, it's going to be a lot of rain. So keep it here on KFI. We'll have all of the updates. Almost, I would say, every segment has got to be talking about it, or at least, letting you know on Friday and Saturday when the heavy rain is here. And you have to know. You got to know. And especially if you live in a burn scar area. This could be a matter of life and death. If the mud kicks up, we've had people die in mudslides. And so if you have kids, especially young kids, your job to protect your family, and really cool men and women both do that beautifully most of the time. And you need information. That's what you need to protect your family, information. And that's what you're going to get here at KFI over the next week or so, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Look, I hope it's not a lot. Hope it's just, misting and a couple of downpours. We all survive and no homes get blown away or washed away. But if that happens and, there's radical mudslides and one happens where a house gets knocked off its, slab or foundation, and that could happen to you and your family, you're going to want to know. And so keep it on KFI. Bellio, do we have the confirmation of the people called to reserve seats?
We sure do, Timmy.
Give me some of them.
Okay, so we've got Nick. I'm not going to give their last names.
Okay.
We've got Nick and Carol and Luis, Danny, Vicky, Eileen, and Michael.
Nice.
Just to name a few.
Okay.
And Eileen... Was it Eileen? No, it was Vicky. Was telling me that she was in Tucson and could pick up the show in Tucson.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, good for her.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah. On a radio.
Yeah.
Not even listening on iHeart.
No, it was on the radio.
Oh, that's great.
Pretty cool.
That is sensational. All right, let's we have time here. I think we do, yeah. I love buffets. Bellio's a big buffeter as well. And the Vegas buffet went away during COVID, which was horrible, just horrible. But is it coming back?
The COVID lockdown's a thing of the past, but they're still having an impact on Las Vegas in a big way, especially if you're a longtime local with a big appetite and a tight budget. Since the end of the pandemic, those fabulous buffets inside all of the big resorts, they're on the endangered species list. Our Steve Wolford joins us live tonight to continue his in-depth Las Vegas reality check reports. And Steve, were you able to find a buffet that's still open in this city?
As a matter of fact, it's right behind me. But they are kind of on the endangered species list. As you said, Dana, ask anybody who's lived here for a while. They'll be able to tell you what their favorite buffet was, what their favorite dish was at said buffet, how often they went there, and they'll also tell you that it's probably not there anymore.
Yeah, a lot of buffet talk in Vegas. I think it's one of the reasons people move to Vegas. The buffet.
I mean, I loved it when there was a buffet in every hotel. It was great.
Oh, yeah. Those were the good old days, huh?
Yeah.
Cynthia Corona would have never guessed that standing in a buffet line could hold so much nostalgia. Neither would Samuel Gutierrez.
Definitely, there are less of them than there used to be.
Do you think there was a time when a buffet was synonymous with Las Vegas?
Absolutely. Most places had them.
It's like the 99-cent shrimp cocktail back in the day.
God, this guy sounds like he's spent his whole life in Vegas.
Definitely, there are less of them than there used to be.
Oh, that's a Vegas rat.
People want to do that. They want to experience Vegas.
So what happened? Michael Kennedy, director of food operations at South Point, says it was like the meteor that drove dinosaurs into extinction, COVID.
Yeah, I had 75 buffets before COVID, and as soon as COVID hit, talking to my friends and colleagues at other properties, they were excited to close their buffets.
And how many have survived?
There's 11 or 12 left.
Wow, from 75 down to 11.
In casinos, not including local buffets like Golden Corrals. We're the only one 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch on weekends. We run all meal periods like we did prior to COVID.
South Point General Manager Ryan Growney says the decision not to reopen many of the buffets around town after COVID was financial. What is that mindset business-wise now, why they have phased them out for the most part?
Accountants. I think, these people that are running these companies are looking at the financial statements, but they've never been here. They've never worked the line at the buffet and had the thank yous and done those things.
Growney admits losses posted by his buffet have doubled since the year before COVID.
I always thought that buffets were profitable. Because you can't really eat that much food. And the buffet sometimes is $40 or $50 a head. And how are you going to eat that much food?
But he still believes there's an important return.
There's slot machines. Most of our restaurants lose money, but it's a marketing expense. It brings people in. We're a hybrid local and destination casino. And locals, they're going to come in, they're going to dine, they're going to drink. And then if they want to play a slot machine on the way out the door, they're welcome to.
Like so many locals who grew up here and remember all the iconic buffets around the Strip,
yes.
Social media influencer Heather Collins says it was the old school business model that made guests feel like royalty. And the big resorts might be wise to bring it back.
Here's the thing. People want to go gamble, but how much is it going to cost them to gamble at your property?
Yeah, they got to bring the buffet back, man. That was and to stand in line and to smell all that beautiful food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner at buffet. I was a big fan. I didn't eat that much, but I just like the sort of like the the craziness of buffet, to watch people go back and 6, 7, 8, 9 times. It was a lot of fun to watch. A lot of fun.
It's always interesting to see where people position themselves seat-wise to the buffet in relation to the buffet, like a little further back or the ones that are right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the best seats are further away, but man, when you get, and I was always a big, if I'm going to a breakfast buffet, just all meat, sausage, bacon, load it up.
No carbs.
Yeah, no, just 30 strips of bacon and knock yourself out. It was so great. After being hungover, waking up, going down to the buffet, it was the tops, man. It was the best. All right, we're live. Keep an eye on the rain, and we will do that for you all weekend long right here on KFI AM 640.
Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.